Walking Macau Streets. Dear Lord, show me a sign. Give me a map. Oh yeah.
About in 1860s, and then once it became part of the city, a lot of famous people, including some really like Tom Thumb, 1860s, who was an American comedian. Like even this was built, I think it said 1850, I think, something like that. But around that same time period, it instantly became quite famous even for American celebrities to come and perform. And it has really beautiful acoustics. And this is Immaculate Heart of Mary, Mother Mary, is a library, but it used to be a private residence of a very wealthy businessman who is half, I think he's Macanese, half Chinese, and he donated this to the city after he died. And this is actually the square itself, all the black and white tiles. So we are going to highlight this one in a moment, but we'll just kind of take a look and see all the stuff around here. Okay, so this is the Largo de Santo Agostinho. So it's the St. Augustine's square, and we're gonna walk into the square area right over here. And before we go down, we'll just kind of highlight. We'll probably pop into that church briefly. We're also going to pop into this little space briefly, and we're going to walk down to the end of the spot. And just so you can get an idea, this is part of the historic center of Macau, and this is the Dom Pedro V Theater. And we're going to come back. You can stop and read this if you want, and then we're going to come back and show you the St. Augustine Square. So stay tuned. 2024. Let's check out Macau. Come on. Those beautiful windows just kind of go all the way down. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is go into here. I believe it's open. Then we're going to get some. Oh, it's closed. No, it's open. It's open until 6. So we're just going to. This was I've filmed this a few other times too, and it's came about in 1860s, and then once it became part of the city, a lot of famous people, including some really like Tom Thumb, 1860s, who was an American comedian. Like even this was built, I think it said 1850, I think, something like that. But around that same time period, it instantly became quite famous even for American celebrities to come and perform. And it has really beautiful acoustics. This right down here is a central street. So when it said it was part of the historic core, this whole street kind of follows down, and that would be going all the way down to St. Lazarus, to Amma Temple. Then the other direction goes to St. Paul's Church, and all of this kind of cool stuff. And then if you can see through here, there's you can see the Nam Van Lake, but we can't quite get in that. But it's basically straight through there. There's another building blocking it down that way too. But that's where the ocean used to be, and that would have been part of the Praia Grande, big beach. So this would have, before these buildings were here, something from here would have been able to overlook the ocean. So yeah, this is Dom Pedro V. I have been inside a number of times and filmed inside. I don't think I'm gonna go in today, but I always put past ones in the, you can always search for it. Teatro Dom Pedro V. And sometimes I go up to the top of it, sometimes I walked around inside. I definitely have footage inside there. We're gonna be focusing on our square here, but I'm also gonna just show off some of this other stuff. I think IHS is the Jesuits, I think. Yeah, Jesuits. And this is about this particular one. So 1591, So the priest came in 1591, 1874. So I think, and then there's a little thing for the Jesuits. So there's a lot of different, what do you call those? Sects? I don't know what you call those. Different groups. Dominicans. So this particular one was the Jesuits. And I think we could actually walk in briefly. We'll see. Hello. Closed. So they're closed right now, which looks kind of dark. I don't think it'd be that great to film at the moment anyways. But the St. Augustine Square, hello. Oh, I think that's a priest. He's honking a horn to the, not to me. I can see what he looked like. He looked like a priest. Sometimes in this area you can see some of the priests. So actually that guy just turned, he honked a horn and then he looked, and now he's turning into that direction. So he's actually wasn't somebody I know, but is associated with that church right there. And then you can see more of the historic district signs. So you can even scan it if you want to see the works of literature. There's more up that way, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to go up that way first, and then we're going to come down and kind of film the center square if we can get through the traffic. These beautiful windows, doors. So we're still in Largo, Santo Agostinho. We'll go down that way in a moment. Oh, the lights are just coming on. So there's one of the seminaries, Seminario de San Jose. And this is Immaculate Heart of Mary, Mother Mary. So kind of nice when the lighting comes on. So we cannot go in there, so it says do not enter, visitors not admitted. So we won't go in there, but we will look at this real quick. So this is a church of the Seminary of San Jose, 1728. Part of this complex to 1758. So this was kind of a base for the Jesuits and their missionary work. So we have, there's other information too. And this one right here, which I will briefly step into, is a library, but it used to be a private residence of a very wealthy businessman who is half, I think he's Macanese, half Chinese, and he donated this to the city after he died. So we will show you real quick. Sir Robert Ho Tung, originally the residence of Cunha. So he purchased it in 1918, gave it to Macau during World War II, lived here during World War II, passed away in 55, and then he gave it away to the city. Really beautiful building. I have filmed in there too, but that's not my focus of this particular one. My particular one is this square right here. So we're still on our square. Largo de Santo Agostinho. There's a Casa Riqui. Casa Riqui is, let me just see if we can. Casa Riqui is a kind of a famous guy. His name is Mateos Riqui. I don't know if it's Risi or Riqui, but he is the first person to come to China and translate the Holy Bible into Chinese, and he studied Chinese as well. So you have a kind of a little Jesuits corner of Macau here between all these different buildings. And this is actually the square itself, all the black and white tiles. So we are going to highlight this one in a moment, but we'll just kind of take a look and see all the stuff around here. This one goes all the way down. We'll walk over there in a little bit, but that goes towards San Malo, Senado Square, Sao Paulo ruins, São Domingos Church. So this is the little Jesuits community up on the corner, historically. So we got São Jose, the theater right here, and then the seminary and the church. So we kind of got a lot of cool stuff everywhere in this area. We just kind of go up. So we're gonna actually walk downward. And then we're gonna walk a little bit past this little kiosk right here. It's kind of a nice little space. Okay, so we're gonna walk down. There's a kiosk right here which sells, looks like they sell popsicles, coffee, water. So it is a pretty nice little space. So let's go down to the corner. That particular building right there is Dutch style. It's the only Dutch style city bank building in all of Macau, which is kind of interesting that it's here. So that's still our square, and then this would go down and lead to another street altogether, and this one goes down to Rua de Felicidade and such like that when it kind of angles southward. So let's just kind of highlight the ending spot of this particular video, and this is St. Augustine's Square, the little corner of Macau. So yeah, I think the 1800s, late 1800s, mid 1800s. So let's end it right there. 2024. Let's check out Macau. Come on.